Well, the plot thickens as more information comes out from CZ himself about the suit that was filed from the CFTC just this morning. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over exactly how CZ responded, and I'm going to give you my followed up opinion on what I think is going to happen next. Now, if you did miss this morning's video, we talked about what this lawsuit could imply about Binance and why, if they are right, this could be a massive issue. So of course, make sure you do go check out that video if you missed it, but let's get into CZ's response. So as we can see here, CZ went to say that today the CFTC filed an unexpected and disappointing civil complaint despite our working cooperatively with the CFTC for over 2 years. Upon initial review, the complaint appears to contain an incomplete recitation of facts, and we do not agree with the characterization of many of the issues alleged in the complaint. While we will only be able to give full responses in due time, we will address a few key points down below. Now, moving forward, of course, what they did is they just kind of gave some facts. They were like, look, this is what you said, and these are the facts. And so obviously, if you want to, go word for word, it does seem as if CZ is backing up a lot of these allegations with actual fact to prove why they are not true. But what is the most interesting is what we got in the trading section. So let's get into it. So he says that Binance.com does not trade or profit or manipulate the market under any circumstances. Binance trades in a number of situations. Our revenues are in crypto. We do need to convert them from time to time to cover expenses in fiat or other cryptocurrencies. We have affiliates that provide liquidity for less liquid pairs. These affiliates are monitored specifically not to have large profits. Personally, I have 2 accounts at Binance, one for Binance Card and one for my crypto holdings. I eat our own dog food and store my crypto on Binance.com. I also need to convert crypto from time to time to pay for my personal expenses or for the card. Binance.com has a 90-day no trading rule for employees, meaning you are not allowed to sell a coin within 90 days of your most recent buy or vice versa. This is to prevent any employees from actively trading. We also prohibit our employees from trading in futures. Further, we have strict policies for anyone with access to private information, such as details or listings, launch pads, etc., that they are not allowed to buy or sell those coins. I observe these policies myself strictly. I also never participated in Binance Launchpad, Earn, Margin, or Futures, and I know the best use of my time is to build a solid platform that serves our users. At Binance, we look for amicable solutions to all problems. We are collaborative with regulators and government agencies all around the world, and while we are not perfect, we hold ourselves to a high standard, often higher than what existing regulations require. And above all, we believe in doing right thing by our users at all times. In this journey towards freedom of money, we do not expect everything to be easy. We do not shy away from challenges. We thank you for your unwavering support. Now, this came very quickly after everything was released this morning from the CFTC. Now, there's a couple things that I want to say just out of genuineness of what I believe. One thing that I have noticed is that people who are guilty oftentimes either are going to do one of 2 things. They're either going to respond incredibly quickly with no facts, but just blatant opinions of things with no proof of it, which obviously does imply that there is a little bit of guilt. For example, they'll just respond and say, this is bullshit. And realistically, there's no arguing whether it is or whether it isn't. It's just word for word. But whenever someone comes out with genuine facts to back up what they are saying, oftentimes that person is speaking from a point of trueness to some degree. The second thing that someone who is guilty will do is they will take a long time to respond. They're going to go to their lawyers. Can I say this? Can I not say that? Am I supposed to say this? What's really the big deal with this? Should I just ignore it? And they start to put a lot of thought into what they should do because they don't want to get caught. And what we can see from CZ here is that he issued this response not only quickly, but backed it up with facts of the matter that I'm sure are provable. Now, one thing you have to understand is about certain things of this nature, right? In which we say Binance.com has a 90-day no trading rule for employees. Who's going to enforce that? CZ himself. So obviously, if CZ is doing it, he can very easily just lie and say that is the case, but then go around his own regulations. So my assumption here is that as we are now looking at a my word versus your word battle, that it is going to come down to proof. The CFTC obviously filed suit, and if they are filing suit, they have some type of evidence, I would assume, if they're actually under the belief that CZ has done something fraudulent or harmful to United States investors. Now, there are a couple things that could very well be on the horizon in which why they actually did do this. Rocket Trades 9 did make this thread. It's absolutely amazing. And what he believes is that the majority of general allegations relate to 2019 to 2020 activity centered on VPN use and lack of KYC measures. The vast vast majority of these allegations are moot as of the 2022 or the 2020 KYC implementations at Binance. So what he believes is that the vast majority of all of the things in which they are talking about are from a couple years ago, that they violated some regulations when it comes to KYC, and that they are going to have to pay a fine because of it. But what they are making it out to be is something that is more real, you know, kind of present and in the current, and something that is putting everyone that uses Binance at risk right now. And so obviously there is going to be a very interesting battle here of them saying exactly what they believe has been done, providing the proof, and CZ kind of countering that with his own facts and, you know, his own proof. And so right now, I still do hold the position that I just believe CZ. Obviously, you can't invest a lot of faith into specific people. Alex Mashinsky, Sam Bankman-Fried. We learned our lesson the hard way. So if you have your crypto on Binance, get your crypto off Binance. It should be in a hardware wallet from a year ago. It doesn't need, don't learn this lesson the hard way again, right? But I do believe that at this given point, with some of the things that we've already gotten from CZ, and just in terms of what he is being super transparent about and having his own accounts, I do believe that he is going to be able to back up the things that he says, and the government has a hard tendency to not be able to back up the things that they say, and that's just a fact of the matter. And if you live in the US, you know that to be true. And so with that said, as this does continue to develop, I'll let you guys know what all is going on. This is just my word versus their word, CZ's word versus the government's word at this given point. And I do believe it will materialize into more of a proof of the matter, and once we do have more proof and evidence, then of course we will cover that in as much of a non-biased way as possible. I am a fan of CZ. I think he does right by users for the most part, so I will be a little bit biased towards him, but I will try to cover the news and events as non-biased as possible, and of course I hope you guys do appreciate that. But with that said, that's about it. I will see you all in the morning for video number 4. I will see you all next time. Peace.